Welcome, welcome. I think I have our technical glitches worked out. Had a successful run through of the class last night again this morning, and I am thrilled to say that I think I worked out all the bugs. So I just wanted to, let me just switch back here really quick. Okay. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. It's quite the dance, you guys, learning how to do this to technology between Zoom and Facebook. Can everybody hear me? Hi, Yvonne. Hi, Tina. Hi, Jackie. Thanks for joining us live. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, or write in the comments, your Facebook thread there. Let me know how you're all doing. I always love hearing where everybody's from. It just gives such a sense of community and universality, at least around the country. So again, I'm coming to you live from northern Idaho. And yes, it's dinner time here. And for some of you on the East Coast, it's bedtime. So we're spanning the breadth of the country tonight. Hi, Rebecca. Wonderful to have you on. Thanks so much for joining me this evening. I'm really excited to dive into this ever important topic of immune support. And before I say anything about tonight, I really do want to give you an honest to goodness disclaimer. And that is to always remember that the world of essential oils is an emerging science. And I want to really do my best to honor my role, which is to help educate you the best I know how, and to not over promote, even though I get so excited, right? To stay within the highway lanes that we have as wellness advocates. I'm not a practitioner. I have studied, used, and experienced essential oils for over 8 years. And so I have a lot of personal testimonies, and I've experienced myriads of other stories of how incredibly critical these essential oils can be in people's wellness. That being said, it is an emerging science. And so we're going to talk tonight about some of the things that we know based on studies that are emerging. We're also going to talk about what we know about physiology in the body, and we're connecting dots. Most medicine, they say from a peer-reviewed study into the application, clinical application, can take upwards of 25 years. So when we are, we're really privileged to be kind of on a cutting edge conversation, even though essential oils have been around forever. The therapeutic benefits, the application, the modalities, the protocols, all of this is still in development. So just be, I just sort of try to always just, first of all, let you know the FDA disclaimer. We're not in here to cure anything, to prevent disease, right? This is all about maintaining wellness and supporting your body's natural systems. So as I talk tonight, I'm going to be dancing sometimes on that line, because that's where we're at. And so I just encourage you to really do your own research, to reach out for your own experiences, and to be really careful who you listen to, because there are a lot of people on both extremes. There are going to be those that are claiming all kinds of things that are inappropriate and not acceptable, that are just completely pseudoscience and a little new age and whacked out. And there are going to be those that say, if I don't have a peer-reviewed, double-blinded study that shows in human clinical trials, I don't believe, right? And somewhere in between there, we know is our own personal experience. So I'm hoping that you'll walk with me through tonight's topic and dive into this rich subject matter. Welcome, everybody. I'm so excited to finally have the system worked out. You have no idea. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm not going to disappear. I'm quite confident. So here we go. And voila. All right. How to support the immune system, the topic of, well, at least the month, perhaps the year, and most likely really the century so far with this huge challenge that we're facing. So again, keep in mind that we are going to be talking about things in light of our own body's natural systems and how essential oils, plant-based medicine in general, can enhance the conversation, not by overriding our system, but by partnering with the natural God-given defenses and mechanisms God has given us. And the reason this is so powerful is simply the fact that plants and humans in our microbiology have some commonality, right? And so a lot of the same support pieces that support plants can also support us. The foundation of our immune system is really found in our lymphatic system, which works to protect us from being sick. We come into contact with all kinds of microbes and bacteria and toxins every day, and they make their way through our lymphatic fluid. Eventually, the fluid containing these organisms can get trapped inside the lymph nodes, right here, all throughout the body, right? And this is when the immune system attacks, and it really is able to identify a threat. And I really think this is powerful. This is where our blood cells, our white blood cells in particular, go to work. So inside the lymph nodes, right, the bacteria are filtered out and white blood cells are produced. This is the defense mechanism, and that is ongoing. It's constant. Another thing to keep in mind about the lymphatic system is that it doesn't have a pump, right? So our activity, our energy, when we're stagnant, the lymphatic system also struggles to rotate, to move. That's why when you go for a massage, for instance, they've moved things around your lymphatic system through pushing mechanisms. But when you stand up, whoa, right? Everything starts to move again through your own activity. So it's really important to maintain that activity, to maintain the movement of that, the lymphatic system throughout your body. So the lymphatic system, another key piece here, is keeping body fluids in balance. When the lymphatic system works properly, we don't experience painful swelling or abdominal water retention, things of that nature. So the tonsils, the adenoids, the spleen, the thymus, right? All of these have different roles, and they transport this clear watery fluid of the lymph nodes, or the lymph fluid. And this is really critical because I want to explain to you how essential oils have a conversation in the lymphatic system and how they dialogue with the cells. So the first line of defense is in this space where we have these physical barriers, our skin, our fingernails, our mucosa, the membranes, right? These are tears, our earwax. These are really important places where we protect our body from invaders, okay? The fatty acids, the stomach acid, the proteins, the secretions that naturally help destroy pathogens. These barriers are the first line of defense in our immune system. And this is just such a beautiful thing, because what we can do with essential oils is we can support exteriorly and we can support interiorly. So an inside-out conversation. So when pathogens are undeterred by the immune system response, then the adaptive immune system, which is more complex and processes the pathogens, this is what kicks in, okay? Then it produces huge numbers of these cells to attack the pathogen and any toxic molecules that it creates. The cells that carry out this specific immune response are called the lymphocytes, right? And are created and delivered through the lymph system. So we're getting a little deeper tonight. Did you notice? We're already going deep. Here's one simple blend though, just to give you a little bit of perspective that you can utilize. The lymph system runs throughout the body in many areas. And here, like just right now, especially if you're thinking of people who are stagnant at home, who don't have as much movement, if you're on your, if you're sitting and you're not able to get up and move as much, using a blend to rub on the lymphatic pathways over the legs and the knees can help stir up that movement to keep things from stagnating. So for instance, I had a client who was dealing with swollen lymph nodes, not so much because she was sick, but just simply because of this sludgy slow inability to get out and have more natural movement. And so we started working on massaging on the lymph glands as well as the circulatory system on the legs. And this blend in particular is just very helpful. Cypress is good for the blood, very purifying. Lemon, of course, as well. And you can go ahead and just use this blend on a regular basis. And I encourage this if you have anybody who you are near to. I know most of our elderly population right now are, sadly, it just makes me really upset. Sadly, they're alone. So you could perhaps send a roller blend of something like this and encourage them or their caretakers just to give some simple massage. These are tools that we can use that, again, are not necessarily the be-all, end-all, but they can make a difference. So let's talk about nutrition for a minute. This is kind of a no-brainer, but again, I really want to emphasize how critical it is to be focusing on this, especially right now. If the cells don't get the right energy, the right nutrients, right, the right peptides to give them the ability to fight, then pathogens can more easily multiply. And so we really want to focus on, of course, eradicating the things that are unhealthy: smoking, being stagnant, not getting enough sleep, too much stress. All of these things increase oxidative stress in the body, which causes inflammation and in turn makes us more vulnerable for illness. So anti-inflammatory foods, right? Obviously we want to stay away from, known allergens. A lot of dairy products, if they're not high quality dairy products, can be inflammatory to the body. Gluten, soy, shellfish, nightshades, right? These are things that are known to be inflammatory. And so we want to be more conscientious of the foods that we're eating, especially low quality animal products, refined vegetable oils, processed foods, right? And anything with chemical toxins, because what happens is all of the work that our body then has to put into trying to take care of these inflammatory foods and so forth takes away from the opportunity for it to fight those pathogens that we're constantly encountering. But of course, if we're all focused over here on making sure we're dealing with the food that is poor quality, we leave ourselves vulnerable. Instead, let's up our green leafy vegetables, our cruciferous vegetables. I love just raw broccoli and cauliflower. Great for the kids. Chopping up some green peppers, red onion, or red peppers, yellow peppers. We were talking about that today. Trying to eat through a rainbow, right? And of course, increasing berries, omega-3 fatty acids, good nuts, chia seed, hemp seed. We love to add chia seed into our steel cut oats, and hemp seed, add some good flaky coconut oil and some plain yogurt. Yum. Oh my goodness, I'm getting hungry, I think. So these are things to incorporate. And then good fats: coconut oil, olive oil, good grass-fed butter. I'm a big proponent of good fats. And then you also want to make sure you're incorporating enough herbs and spices: ginger, turmeric, garlic. These are a couple of examples that we should be incorporating quite a bit right now, whether it's in a soup, a slow roasted, good bone broth soup, where you put that ginger and that garlic in. Of course, we have oils: turmeric and ginger, and garlic we know is one of our nature's best antibiotics. So take advantage of what you can already in your nutritional arsenal. I think this is key, and a lot of times it gets overlooked. We've got people that just want to kind of give me the fast track, give me the pill, give me the essential oil, give me the secret to make me healthy. And this is a little more work, taking care of our nutrition. But right now we have a lot of time on our hands, so I hope that you're taking advantage of it to be creative in the way that you're cooking and preparing your foods, incorporating your children, and doing your best to create healthy meals. I know my family is grilling up hamburgers, but we're doing it over a bed of lettuce instead of just your regular old hamburger buns. So tonight we've got just good grass-fed beef and leafy greens, tomatoes. We'll throw some blackberries on to sweeten things up, maybe grill up some onions and mushrooms and some good mayonnaise, a little bit of ketchup, and everybody's gonna be happy. So I know that sounds different, but it's really important that we begin to explore some different ways of feeding ourselves. And just a little shout out, I think we have Rebecca on the call tonight. Rebecca is a friend of mine, dear friend in fact, and she runs Fit Catholic Mom. If you ever want to have somebody fun to follow in the nutritional space, she's like a mad scientist in the kitchen, and she just whips stuff up that you wouldn't believe. And I've never once in my life had a bad meal from that woman. And yet everything she produces is just all around these principles. She's quite the food extraordinaire. So if you're ever looking for somebody to lean into, I highlight her. Okay. Supplements. Yes, we need to focus on our nutrition, but we can't always help in every way, even with the best diets. So supplements are kind of our long-term life insurance program. We need to be increasing our good calcium, our zinc right now, incorporating vitamin D. You can get all of these through the doTERRA lineup of supplements. A lot of times people don't think about doTERRA for supplements, but they are quite, they're excellent quality. I really enjoy their lifelong vitality program. That's the Alpha CRS and some of the others that are listed here. Not going to go into too much, but just know that we have support for the cellular system, energy, stamina, food enzymes, support for allergy relief, and of course your good multis and omegas as well. So we need to be attentive to how we choose to supplement. This is a glimpse into the detoxification blend. I take this daily, especially right now, because this is support for the liver, the kidneys, and all of the healthy organ function that we need that's constantly being bombarded. And I really think this is a superior product with some wonderful herbals and essential oils brought into play. This is one that everybody is hopping about right now. Everybody wants it back in stock. In the meantime, you can create your own, or you can use the oils found in this combination to help boost the natural immune defenses. It has cinnamon and clove, eucalyptus, rosemary, wild orange, melissa, black pepper, and oregano. I believe it has oregano. I could be wrong, but it's a powerhouse, and it's a great one. We usually hold it in reserve until somebody's coming down with something, at which point it's 3 or 4 down the hatch multiple times a day. So viruses are tricky. We're going to talk a little bit about this tonight, because what I want you to understand is how this all works. To help the immune system bring itself to balance, these the lipophilic soluble, so essential oils are lipophilic, okay? This is what we're talking about here, is that essential oils are soluble in fat, which is what the cell membrane is comprised of. And so this is the function. We talked about this yesterday. This is how essential oils dialogue at a cellular level. It's the pathway through which they're able to pass. And it's really important we understand this, because viruses similarly have an ability to penetrate that lipophilic barrier around a cell. The cell actually welcomes it in and begins to replicate the virus from within itself. So that's why we talk about essential oils and their antiviral capacity. Now again, I'm not saying that essential oils are going to be able to stop this superbug, but we can awaken the immune system to the threat before the body even knows it's a threat. And that's the power of being preventive and focused on a lifestyle that's constantly on guard, okay? And that gives us an opportunity to be more proactive in helping to slow the replication of a viral attack. Adulterated essential oils, or synthetically created essential oils that have been reproduced in a laboratory, the signal molecule, so okay, imagine these, sorry, I cut my finger today, so I've got this nasty Band-Aid on there. Anyway, the cell has all these receptor sites, and an essential oil has the lock and key mechanism, okay? They can dialogue. When you are looking at a synthetically created molecule, it lacks chirality. This is one critical thing. It's kind of a interesting piece. We cannot fully replicate an essential oil in a lab. We need to source them from nature, because if we have a synthetic molecule, it's the mirror image of what it should be. And so it's like if I tried to shake your hand and you handed me your left hand, right? Like or yeah, if you handed me your left hand, right, we would be trying to shake each other's hands and it wouldn't quite work, right, because we're mirror image. So this is similar at the level of our cellular conversation. When we incorporate synthetic chemicals into our body, those receptor dialogue points become blocked or impaired. They don't have the same response. And so a lot of times people walk away saying, essential oils don't work. Are you kidding? Right? And that's the challenge that we're up against, is constantly the pursuit of purity and finding essential oils that are pure, unadulterated, natural in their chemistry, and integral, not just bits and pieces. We don't want just an ingredient. We want the complexity of these essential oils as nature created them, because then our bodies recognize them as food. There's a dialogue that happens. We can begin to awaken the genetic conversation, and our DNA and all those signaling molecules can go to work in sending out the army and bringing things back into play. So you can apply oils on the bottoms of the feet, the back of the toes, or the soft tissue in the feet, rub down the spine. This is a great way to incorporate essential oils for immune support. The feet are just tough, right? I said yesterday that essential oils have no known side effects, and that statement's probably not totally accurate. Very few side effects. The one challenge we have is skin sensitivity and what we call sensitization. We don't want to disrupt the natural sensitive skin areas and cause the body to move into a reaction where it would be more like an allergic response. So the feet are a great place to apply. Some people are like, I don't know, is there really science to that? The bottom line is, essential oils penetrate the skin wherever you put it. The feet just happen to be tough, and they also happen to be tied to the whole bloodstream system and the nervous system. So you can get it systemically spreading throughout the body just by applying to the essential oils. They transfer into the bloodstream, and the bloodstream takes over in pulling them through the system. In fact, they did a test. A woman applied oils to her feet. They pricked her finger 30 seconds later or something, maybe with a minute, and they found the essential oil present in her blood already. So it happens fast. They also volatilize fast, which is why we can increase our frequency. We don't need a lot, just use some and increase our frequency, especially if we're under threat. You can also take your oils in a capsule. You can put a drop under your tongue. Again, this is a doTERRA privilege. Please do not just ingest anything. You can also take a sip in water. Of course, water and oils don't mix, so you have to do the mixing. Otherwise, you'll get like lemon, you'll get it all in one sip, and you'll be like, ooh, your lips will start to tingle. And of course, you can diffuse the air to clear pathogens, and you can sanitize surfaces. This is really key. Newsflash, On Guard hand sanitizer is back in stock, so you can all go purchase that if you'd like. It has the alcohol level that the FDA requires, that the CDC asks for, and it has the On Guard beautiful aroma. Definitely my favorite when it comes to, if I had to choose hand sanitizer, I don't know, saying a hand sanitizer is my favorite is a little bit of a stretch, but in this case, we need to be able to take care of the soft barriers on our hands. I don't know about you, but all this hand washing is turning me into an old woman. So I'm being really conscious about trying to replace and nurture the skin on my hands. The last thing we need is another weak spot, right? If you break down all of these good bacteria on your hands become more vulnerable. So wash, yes, wash well, sanitize well, but make sure you're replacing and protecting your hands as well. And I do love that hand sanitizer mist for cell phones, for surfaces, for computers, for remotes, for toothbrushes. I had to clean our toothbrushes the other night. It really dawned on me, the electric toothbrush, we're all sharing the base. And it's like, yikes, got to be careful what we're transmitting. Here are some great oils for combating bacterial viruses: melaleuca, cinnamon, thyme. These essential oils are powerful fighters. I'm going to explain some more, but I want to keep moving because I know we're short on time. Love these oils. One thing, a lot of times people are concerned about increasing the immune system, and for people who have autoimmune diseases or immune deficiency situations, they want to, there's talk about, oh, don't ramp up your immune system, right? Well, in a lot of ways, what we need to realize about plant-based medicine is, again, we're not overriding the system. We're working with the system. We're bringing things back into an effective, powerful place of response. We're reducing inflammation so that the immune system can respond to the right threat. We're focusing on things that have the ability to support us. I'm not going to go into all of the details here. I've got quite a bit of information about immunodeficiency, but we're going to keep moving. Just take note of these essential oils: frankincense, melaleuca, thyme, myrrh, On Guard, which is that blend, and Forgive is a blend that has arbor vitae, myrrh. It has some other essential oils in it that are also very good for the immune system in general. And up there at the top, frankincense is the go-to whenever you're in doubt, just because of its gentle, powerful nature. All right, let's see if this works. Oh, nope. Hold on. I gotta stop the share and share a different screen. There we go. Now you'll be able to hear it.
Bacteria have the ability to change their genetic makeup over time for their own self-preservation. Bacteria have their own defensive mechanism. They produce something called a peptidoglycan layer. It's the equivalent of an M&M shell that's protecting the chocolate on the inside. Now, one of the other elements that bacteria are very, very good at making, and that is something called a biofilm. Biofilm is its very soapy, slimy mess that it covers itself in. So what's now starting to happen is we are finding that once very useful antibacterial medications are no longer effective at all. What that means for us, we have to use stronger antibacterial medications. We have to use more potent antibacterial medications. That comes at a cost to our own bodies. Melaleuca has the ability to come in and start to modify that sludge and remove it so that the oregano can get to the bacteria. And in oregano, there's a product called Carvacrol. Carvacrol will bind to that peptidoglycan and it punctures a little hole in there. Once that hole opens, you start to get a passing of ions back and forth. What that does to the bacteria is it allows it to lyse. It means burst open. And we've now accomplished something very dramatic, and that is by doing nothing more than using 2 simple little plant-based essential oils, you have created a very effective antibacterial solution.
Okay. Let me make sure that gets turned off. All right, so this example, I'm going to get back to my other screen share here for a minute. This example is obviously more in relationship to bacteria, which many recognize right now is not the current challenge, although secondary infections are something that we have to be really thoughtful of with regards to whenever we get sick, right? So we want to be aware that that this is the potential of essential oils. It is an antibacterial benefit. Hold on just a minute. And so we want to make sure that we are utilizing these essential oils well when the time is right and using them appropriately. So a lot of times people ask me, well, which ones do I use? When do I use them, right? How do I know? And the best thing I can guide you to is a resource that's going to help you to be able to begin to implement and understand the distinctions. Whoops. There we go. Okay. So again, melaleuca has a particular antiviral ability, as well as that ability to combat other kinds of challenges in the extracellular fluid. And so one of my top favorites tonight is melaleuca. I also am going to highlight Oregano, we just discussed that. I think this is a guy that you hold in reserve until the time is right. This is your only when you need an antibiotic kind of guy because of its potency. And I really do recommend that you use it for 10 days and then you give the body a break. It's very strong. On Guard Protective Blend, of course, we've already talked about that, bacterial and viruses. And here's a cold and flu combination. This is kind of traditional, On Guard, Melaleuca, and oregano. You can put it in an empty capsule and swallow and repeat every 2 to 4 hours while symptoms last. And most of you have been hearing me talk about a combination we're calling Carrie's Blend. This is an alternative that seems to be showing up as pretty effective right now. And that is, and I'm just going to tell it to you because I didn't get it into this slide presentation. Geranium, lemon eucalyptus, Siberian fir, and clove essential oil. So that's kind of your On Guard alternative or your flu bomb alternative. And we've been using this a lot. We're diffusing it around the clock. If you don't have lemon eucalyptus in your region, you can use lemongrass as an alternative, or Melaleuca as an alternative, or Melissa. Melissa's super expensive, so it's hard to recommend. It's like I feel like every time I use Melissa, it's like $5 a drop. So I hold my one bottle of Melissa. I don't have more in stock. I hold one bottle in reserve for the real bad guys. There's a whole lineup of family or On Guard family products you can use to enhance your immune system from the inside out. And that On Guard concentrate is such great value for a surface cleaner. Right now I'm adding some of that Carrie's Blend into it to boost it a little bit more, or just the lemon eucalyptus alone, and that's giving it some additional surface cleaning power. All right, if symptoms happen, and I'm sad to report, but we do have members on our team. I found out just today that a friend of ours who I've been coaching and working through with the last couple of days, she was found positive with COVID. And interestingly though, 3 days ago, I got the report from her that she said, every time I do a steam tent, my airways open, my O2 levels climb back up. So she says, I just keep doing it, because every time I do that, it helps open the airways and my O2 levels go back up. She's been sequestered in isolation. Of course, now 8 days later, deep into her respiratory challenge, she finds out she's positive. And I'm helping her to understand that we can focus on some additional support pieces to help repair. And it's a little bit different than fighting off on the front end. We transition into repair. Black pepper and black spruce. Okay, these are two oils that I want to put on your radar for helping to support restoration, especially in the respiratory space. This again is a roller blend that you could use at the outset. Again, I'm talking about immunity in general. I don't want this to feel like it's just a COVID conversation, because honestly, that takes me out of my realm of compliance. As well as the fact that there's a lot of other stuff we face. And so this blend would be a good immune blend that you could rub on your feet and your kids could use. You could even, you want to fill the rest of that with fractionated coconut oil just to give it some gentler interaction with your skin, and especially if you're working with children. Copaiba. This was one that I recommended to my friend in restoration. It's a powerful anti-inflammatory. I'm going to pull up some details on it because it's kind of the hot topic right now. It's high in beta-caryophyllene, which is one of the components found in CBD oil, or in marijuana. And it's one of the components that it's kind of it's like the sister to CBD oil. So healthy cellular function, you can use it for immune function, circulatory health, gastrointestinal tract, colon health. This is a heavy hitter, and it's very gentle, very mild, and definitely one that I would encourage on a daily basis if you have any concerns right now and in any kind of restoration or healing mode. Lemon, we're going to highlight really quick. How am I doing on time, guys? Shnikes. Okay, I'm going to roll through this. 1 drop of lemon essential oil is equivalent to 22 cups of lemon tea. I actually don't do a lot of lemon tea alone, but lemon and ginger, or lemon and, you can get the gist there. Very potent. The D-limonene found in the lemon essential oil is a power antioxidant, and it's known as a cancer fighter. This is something you can look up, totally distinct from doTERRA. But the D-limonene component is a really powerful piece in helping the body to stay alkaline as well. And that means that you're going to be in less of a state that attracts disease. It's taken from the peel of the essential, or of the lemon, and not the juice. And so you get a different complex of support through that. Lemon oil enhances immunity by stimulating red white blood cell production and improving the ability of the body to fight infection. Every morning right now, I'd recommend 3 to 5 drops really in a glass of water, and just enjoy it. Could be warm, could add some ginger, could add a little honey. This is a really important piece. All right. Hand sanitizer, you could add it to your hand sanitizer as well. There's some great research. I'm feeling like I'm running out of time, but just know that this is another component for any kind of cleansing agent. If you don't have the lemon eucalyptus, use lemon. You can use it in your, in your car. I keep lemon right in the cup holder. If I go to the gas station, first of all, lemon breaks down petrochemicals. So if you ever get gas on your hands and you're sick of the smell, lemon will take it away instantly, which is delightful. But it's also one of those pieces where as we're going in and out, we're constantly dealing and touching surfaces. They talk about the gas pumps right now as being one of the places that need sanitized the most. I love this one. Lavender, lemon, peppermint, melaleuca. Some people will change it up and get rid of the lavender and add oregano for a super powerhouse drink. But remember, you don't need very much of these. In fact, if it's too strong, start with a toothpick and just swirl them into your hot cup of water. That peppermint vapor will open your airways and help clear you out for sure. All right, so here's some resources for you tonight. The Essential Life book, which, darn, I left mine out on the counter, is a great resource. The doTERRA blog, aromaticscience.com. I was on there digging around today. You can put in specific search topics to pull up the latest research articles. You can look at human studies. You can look at double-blind studies, and you can begin to dig through the volume of research. Again, it's an emerging science. Most of our scientific conversation at that level is positive results, needs more research, needs more verification, right? It needs to grow. In the meantime, you and I know from our experience that we are able to verify it even while science catches up with the conversation. So for those of you that already use oils, throw for me in the chat box one experience, one testimonial tonight that you find helpful on a regular basis or that you've had a positive experience with. And that way our new friends can experience and see and learn from you as well. Lastly, like I mentioned last night, you can get started with a wholesale account with doTERRA that offers you a 25% discount. You can purchase when you want, how much you want, no obligation. You're not going to be asked to sell anything. You can truly, honestly, just be a happy customer. If you choose to participate in our loyalty program, you have the added benefits of a percentage back in product credit, shipping back in product credit, free essential oils, and then of course you can choose to share or perhaps even do what I do and educate others and help them experience the benefits. I still have my Diamond Club offer, so just wanted to put that on the screen before it fades away. So any enrollments that happen this week are you get another extra little benefit of your Citrus Bliss or the Adaptive and Citrus Bliss. And these are our emotional, happy, calm down, relax, surrender into the hands of the Lord, and trust oils. So I encourage you to take a look at those. All right, yay, we did it. Not quite 30 minutes, but almost. That's a lot of information. I hope that you all enjoyed that. If you have more questions, please let me know. Go ahead and just throw them into the chat box. I'll be monitoring it for a while. so that we can have some fun conversation there. Remember, if you post something that you learned in the chat box, I'm throwing you into the giveaway. We gave away peppermint last night, so I'm going to do the drawings at the end of the week. I just apologize, but I can't do it every single night. I have such short time. But tonight I'm giving away a Melaleuca. Okay, so Melaleuca tonight. Last night was peppermint. We'll see what tomorrow is. I like to kind of just keep you on the hook a little bit. So thanks again for joining me. Please do reach out either via the Facebook community, the person that invited you to this class. If you have questions, you can reach out to them. Whoever you link arms with, they're your support. They're the person that's going to walk you through this. And if that person needs help, I help them out too. We're a community, we're a family. But it is important that you're choosing to work and partner with somebody in this process so that you don't have the experience of investing in a product and then feeling abandoned. And my apologies to anybody who has felt like I haven't supported them enough. I'm back in full mode. I've had a really intense fall, and so I'm here for you. I'm taking phone calls. I have my calendar open and available. I'm just taking them left and right. The kids right now know that mama has to work hard, and they're having a grand time between journaling, math, outside time, bikes, bow and arrows, gymnastics. They're handling it pretty well, I must admit. I think sometimes a little family time, a little hunker down time isn't such a bad thing. So I hope you're all surviving. Keep your hope up. Be courageous and confident. No matter what, the good Lord already has the victory. And we are just going to be warriors of prayer. Be productive. Get out, breathe fresh air, serve. Sew masks if you can, right? And let's continue to truly be people of faith as we walk forward. It's been a joy to be with you this evening, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow night. God bless.